Climate change, an intricate global challenge driven by anthropogenic activities, stands as a formidable threat to nations worldwide. Among these, India finds itself on the front line of vulnerability, grappling with diverse geographical features and socio-economic intricacies. Here we will look into the causes, impacts and challenges posed by climate change on India with keen focus on its geography, economy and societal fabric. What are the primary causes of climate change and how do they manifest globally? Climate change is predominantly fueled by the excessive emission of greenhouse gases, particularly carbon dioxide, into the atmosphere. These emissions arise from human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. The cumulative effect is a trapping of heat in the atmosphere, leading to a gradual rise in global temperatures. This phenomenon, often referred to as global warming, has cascading effects on weather patterns and climatic conditions worldwide. How is India uniquely vulnerable to the impacts of climate change? India's susceptibility to climate change is deeply rooted in its diverse topography, ranging from towering mountains to expansive coastlines. This geographical diversity exposes the nation to a plethora of climate-related hazards, including rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and disruptions to monsoon patterns. The low-lying coastal areas face a heightened risk of flooding due to rising sea levels, while the Himalayas, a crucial source of fresh water, are losing their snowpack and glaciers, endangering the water security. How do the impacts of climate change vary across different regions of India? The effects of climate change manifest diversely across India's varied regions. In the northern states, rising temperatures result in more frequent and intense heat waves. Simultaneously, erratic rainfall patterns disrupt agricultural productivity. Coastal areas witness the menacing threat of rising sea levels, endangering the ecosystems, infrastructure, and human settlements. The regional disparities necessitate tailored adaptation measures to address the unique challenges each area faces. What challenges does India's geography pose in responding to climate change? India's vast size and diverse topography present challenges in implementing effective adaptation measures on a national scale. The decentralized nature of climate impacts demands region-specific strategies. Moreover, the growing frequency and intensity of climate-related events strain India's infrastructure and disaster management systems, which are already grappling with limited resources. How do climate change impact India's economy, particularly its agricultural sector? Climate change exerts a profound impact on India's economy, notably in the agricultural sector, which employs over half of the country's workforce. Erratic rainfall, rising temperatures, and extreme weather events disrupt the agricultural production, leading to crop losses and food insecurity. The economic ramifications extend beyond agriculture, affecting water resources and infrastructure, with droughts threatening water availability and climate-related events causing damage to vital economic assets. What are the broader economic challenges posed by climate change in India? The economic challenges posed by climate change in India are extensive. Reducing agricultural productivity contributes to food price inflation, worsening poverty and hunger. Infrastructure damage hampers economic activity and increases the cost of reconstruction. The overall economic impact is projected to be substantial, potentially impeding India's development goals. The urgency to address these challenges is paramount to safeguarding the nation's economic resilience. How do climate change disproportionately affect India's poor and marginalized communities? The adverse impacts of climate change fall disproportionately on India's poor and marginalized communities. These vulnerable groups often lack access to basic resources and infrastructure, rendering them less resilient to climate-related shocks. The socio-economic disparities intensify the challenges faced by these communities, leading to increased vulnerability and limited capacity to cope with the changing climate. What are the social impacts of climate change on health, education and livelihoods in India? Climate change poses significant social challenges in India, affecting the health, education, and livelihoods of its population. Increased exposure to heat stress, waterborne diseases, and respiratory illnesses threatens public health. Disruptions to education occur as extreme weather events lead to the closure of schools. Livelihoods, especially those dependent on agriculture and fishing, face increased vulnerability, contributing to social unrest and displacement. How can India address the complex social challenges posed by climate change? Addressing the societal challenges posed by climate change in India necessitates a multifaceted approach. Building resilience among vulnerable communities is paramount, requiring improved access to essential services and promotion of sustainable livelihoods. Social and economic policies must be crafted with a climate-sensitive lens, acknowledging the unique vulnerabilities of different demographic groups and ensuring inclusive and adaptive strategies. To conclude, the intertwining factors of India's geography, economy, and societal fabric render it uniquely vulnerable to the perils of climate change. The urgency to address this challenge is imperative, requiring a comprehensive strategy that encompasses adoption measures, mitigation efforts, and internal collaboration. India's resilience in the face of climate change will be pivotal not only for the well-being of its people but also for the sustainability of its developmental aspirations. As the nation navigates this intricate landscape, a proactive and concerted effort is the need of the hour to secure a resilient and sustainable future.